You guys know any atheists?
I used to be one.
What changed?
With atheism came a lot of like a superiority complex that I hated about myself.
I used to be a devout atheist for many years.
As someone who used to be an atheist,
Just
You're gonna have to cut that out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that
Chop, cut.
Without saints and deities, you know what I mean?
I happen to be a Buddhist.
Personally, I don't believe in God. If there's nothing tangible or like direct reason, I just don't feel comfortable kind of latching onto an idea of God.
That's the thing about God, like it's not quantifiable, it's not measurable. It's more of a belief.
We're out here obviously saying that you can prove that God exists. And the reason for that is that is the whole purpose for which the prophets of God were sent. Many religions have kind of created this physical picture of God. Whereas originally, if you look at Jesus Christ, Moses, Muhammad, I believe all of them were true, by the way, prophets of God, peace be upon all of them. None of them pointed to a bearded man in the sky. They spoke about a higher power that unites all of us. It's interesting that there are these people who come and then they have no resources. Like, look at Moses. I always say peace be upon him because he's a revered prophet, right? And he comes, he has no power, he has no authority. And he's like, let me demonstrate God to you consistently in a way that you can observe and you can measure and you can decide. And it'll be tangible and it'll be physical. For example, the prophet Moses, he had no one. He had not a single resource. But he went up against whom? The Pharaoh. He said, God is with me. I will be successful. And he was. Likewise, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he had nobody. He was illiterate. He had no resources. But he said, God is with me. The same God who was with Moses, he is with me. And all of Arabia sought to try to destroy him. But in the end, he became their king. And not just king, but a spiritual king. So this is seen across all nations.
I went into the Amazon jungle, man, and I talked to some uncontacted people that have no connection to our civilized world.
Interesting.
And they're indigenous. They're called Waorani people. They live in the Amazon. And I asked them about God, too. They told me something that blew my mind, and it was crazy. I was like, so what do you guys believe in? Do you guys believe in, like, something greater than yourself, like a higher power or something that is bigger than all of us? And they said, yes, of course we do.
The Holy Quran, the Holy Book of Muslims, expressly articulates that a prophet was sent to every single nation all over the world. In every era, the prophets of God have all taught a specific method.
it's like a testimonial truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Though they lived thousands of years apart from one another, though they had many of them had no contact with one another, yet they all pointed there's one God and here are all the fundamental teachings. At what point is it scientific to call that a coincidence? If it is the greatest socio-historical coincidence in history. So actually we're one human race under one God, one creation.
Makes sense. I think that's a pretty plausible argument, in my opinion.
Facts.
But that was really beautiful the way you worded that. I really liked that. God, let me process that for a second.
Yeah,